The Orient Express left Paris just after midnight on March 14, 1935, bound for Vienna. Its polished brass and velvet-lined cabins promised comfort, even as Europe edged toward unease. Among its distinguished passengers was Sir Reginald Ashcroft, a wealthy industrialist known for his investments in arms and steel. He boarded with 2 trunks, a leather valise, and a ticket stamped for first class, compartment 6. He dined, toasted fellow travelers with cognac, and retired to his cabin. Around 1 in the morning. By dawn, he was gone. The conductor discovered the disappearance during his morning rounds. Sir Reginald's berth was empty, his suitcase still beneath the seat. His watch and wallet neatly placed on the table. The window was locked from the inside, and no trace of struggle marked the compartment. Only the bedclothes were rumpled, and on the floor lay a single playing card, the Queen of Spades. The train manager immediately summoned the one man aboard capable of unraveling such puzzles, Detective Daniel Mercer. Traveling to Vienna on unrelated business, Mercer inspected the cabin carefully. The door locked from the inside, the window unforced. It was, by all appearances, a sealed room mystery on wheels. He began with the passengers. Compartment 4 held Madame Celeste Duval, a celebrated French soprano. She admitted sharing a late drink with Sir Reginald, but claimed he left her around midnight. He was charming, yes, but nervous. He kept glancing at his watch as though expecting someone. Compartment 7 belonged to Count Laszlo Kovács, a Hungarian noble with sharp features and colder eyes. He insisted he had slept soundly all night, though Mercer noted his cuff bore a faint smudge of ash, as if from hurriedly burned papers. Compartment 8 carried Henri Marchand, a French veteran of the Great War, traveling alone. His limp and weathered face told of past battles. He said he heard footsteps outside his door after midnight, heavier than the conductor's. But when he checked, the corridor was empty. The conductor himself swore no one had alighted at any stop before dawn, and the sealed nature of the train made escape impossible. Mercer returned to the Queen of Spades. Why that card? He searched Sir Reginald's valise and found documents written in code, rows of numbers and letters, along with a second, unused train ticket. This one bore no watermark of the railway, only a crude imitation. Whoever issued it wanted Sir Reginald aboard this train specifically. By afternoon, Mercer examined the trunks stored in the baggage car. Inside one, beneath layers of shirts, he found a hollow compartment containing blueprints for a new type of rifle, stamped Confidential British War Office. The industrialist had not been traveling merely for pleasure. That evening, Mercer gathered the suspects in the dining car. Sir Reginald Ashcroft vanished in the night, he began. His documents suggest espionage. Someone here lured him aboard with a false ticket. Someone who had reason to silence him. Madame Duval's hands shook as she set down her glass. I knew nothing of this. He courted me, yes, but I am no spy. Count Kovács sneered. England grows fat on weapons while Hungary starves. If Ashcroft was smuggling plans, he paid the price. But I did not kill him. Henri Marchand said little, staring into the smoke of his cigarette. Mercer noted his unease. The break came when Mercer examined the train's roof from an exterior platform. Fresh scuff marks crossed the metal, and fibers of wool clung to a handrail. Someone had climbed out through a window and onto the roof, then re-entered another compartment. The trick explained how the locked door could be bypassed. Confronted, Henri Marchand finally spoke. He sold weapons during the war, he said bitterly. Men like him grew rich while boys like me bled in the mud. I followed him, yes. I had orders. The card was a signal. He revealed a deck missing its Queen of Spades. I was to mark his death with it. But Marchand insisted he had not delivered the fatal blow. When I entered, he was already gone. His bed still warm, but the man vanished. Only the card remained. It was then Mercer realized the truth. Sir Reginald had staged his own disappearance. The false ticket, the smuggled blueprints, the nervous glances. He had orchestrated an escape to avoid both the spies hunting him and the authorities closing in. He had climbed out through his own window, crossed the roof, and hidden himself elsewhere on the train. A search of the baggage car proved it. Behind stacked crates, Mercer found a narrow recess. There lay Sir Reginald Ashcroft, pale and lifeless. A thin line marked his throat where a cord had been drawn. Whoever found him first had silenced him forever. Marchand swore it was not him. The conductor was cleared. That left only Count Kovach. When Mercer examined the Count's belongings, he uncovered a coil of cord identical to the mark on Ashcroft's neck. You killed him, Mercer said coldly. Not for money, but for silence. He carried weapons secrets. You feared he would sell them to your enemies. You boarded this train with murder already planned. The Count did not deny it. Better one death than thousands, he said. If his plans spread, Europe will drown in blood again. By the time the train reached Vienna, Kovach was in irons. Marchand, though guilty of conspiracy, was spared prison for his confession. Madame Duval returned to her stage, shaken but unharmed. And the Orient Express rolled on, its corridors, whispering with the tale of a man who thought he could vanish into the night, but met instead the hand of vengeance between Paris and Vienna. Even now, railwaymen say that on certain midnights, in the space between stations, a figure is glimpsed through the window of compartment 6. A man seated calmly with a glass of cognac, his eyes fixed on the darkness outside, waiting for a journey that never ends.